This is how things are looking heading into that game. It is at the Signal Iduna Park, Borussia Dortmund taking on Bayern Munich. And in Dortmund 4, as we have our whole team on the ground, let's take a look at how things are looking in their eyes. Our coverage led by Archie Rhind-Tutt.
It is the big one in the Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund against Bayern Munich. I'm here with Stewart Robson and Arne Friedrich in the aftermath of Bayern losing to FC Saarbrücken of the 3rd Division. They're 15th in that. Their first defeat of the season for Bayern. And it's chaos in Germany right now. Arne, what did you think when you saw that, and what have you made of Bayern so far this season?
I would say for a lot of people in Germany it's a positive chaos because obviously this is very unusual. I didn't expect the result against Saarbrücken. That's a very hard hit, and not being able to win the triple, which is always like on the radar for Bayern Munich, and especially losing against Saarbrücken was not in the plan. Therefore, we are really, really excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow, because Borussia Dortmund, on the other hand, is quite strong. They're very consistent, and it's going to be a very, very good match.
What have you made of Bayern so far this season, Stuart?
What I do like is the way Sané's playing and Koeman's playing. I think they're the quickest side that when those two players get the ball and they get turned with the ball, they can be so dynamic. Harry Kane, I think, is added to that because he's coming short and getting the ball and playing into the space behind, so those players can come to the fore. But I've been slightly worried about their midfield. Kimmich hasn't quite been the player because I think Tuchel hasn't fancied him right at the start of the season. There's problems in those areas, and they've had problems at centre-half as well. De Ligt is now out as well, so who's going to come back in? Upamecano probably, but I'm not sure he's been at his very best this season, although he has been injured. So they're not at their best. Thomas Tuchel's got to get this team playing at a higher tempo, I think, all around the field, and once he gets into the front, that's when they're a good side.
Harry Kane came here with a lot of expectations around him that he was going to win trophies. And already that's a second one gone that he's not been on the pitch for as well, if you count the Super Cup. There's people who are starting to think, Arne, has he brought a curse to Bayern right now?
I think if they still win the Meisterschaft and the Champions League, he would be okay with that. But obviously, I mean, they have different expectations for sure. And to be honest, the offense of Bayern Munich, they show up every week. I mean, that's the strength of Bayern Munich. The problem is the center and also the center backs, and now missing De Ligt is going to be a huge problem. Upamecano has to be back off an injury, which is also not really perfect scenario. But in the end, Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich, and if there's something at stake which you expect before the game, like against Borussia Dortmund, not like playing Saarbrücken, maybe they underestimated a little bit too, who knows, then they usually show up.
I have to say though, was it worth sacking Julien Nagelsmann for Thomas Tuchel, the way that things have gone so far?
Absolutely not. I was expecting Thomas Tuchel to come in and show me a game plan that this is the way they're going to play, inspire the players, make the players better. But whatever he's done in the dressing room or behind the scenes, they don't look like a united team or club at the moment. That's what I would say what I'm seeing from Thomas Tuchel and his side. And that's not what he was brought in to do.
A united front, on the other hand, is something that Borussia Dortmund look like right now, both on the pitch and off it. They got through to the next round of the Cup by beating Hoffenheim. Had a bit of a wobble last weekend against Eintracht Frankfurt. But, Arne, I would argue that with that result against Newcastle, that's given them a real momentum boost that they didn't have and haven't had for a while.
So far, for sure. So in the end, it all depends on the focus. That's my opinion. And tomorrow it definitely counts on how they defend the wingers, the Bayern Munich wingers, because that's, to me, the weak spot right now with Borussia Dortmund, because the Borussia Dortmund opponents try to break through over the wings, and they're successful in around 70% of the trials, which is immense. So they have to be very careful on the wings. But besides that, Borussia Dortmund looks very mature. They win games they haven't won in the past. They not always play a very nice and euphoric game, but they win, and that's the most important.
Edin Terzic, Stuart, has spoken about them being less sexy but more successful. How do you see that?
I don't think that's by choice. I've seen them play on 2 or 3 occasions, been here and seen them play, and last week in Frankfurt. And their big problem is, in my view, they lack pace when they're being counter-attacked. They've got a lot of forward players that want to get forward into the wide areas, join the centre forward. In midfield, they're struggling at the moment when they're being counter-attacked. And while Hummels has played well this season, if you can run down the side of him, which Eintracht Frankfurt did last week, you can cause Dortmund problems. I don't think they're a good team when the ball changes hands and they have to defend. And I think that's where Bayern Munich can cause them a problem.
There were certainly moments in that Newcastle game where the wilder it got, the more uncomfortable that they looked. The strength of this team, though, I look at somebody like Salih Özcan in the centre of midfield, who has come from nowhere and has started commanding things. Who else would you look out for in that Dortmund team right now?
I mean, they have a variety of amazing players, and to me, they have, in general, the better bench. Bayern Munich has a very slim roster, and right now it doesn't really look great, obviously because of injuries. So Borussia Dortmund can vary a lot, and Özcan, you just mentioned him. To me, he's a fantastic player, especially for the balance. He wins a lot of tacklings. He covers a lot of ground. So therefore, I don't know who's going to play tomorrow. We'll see that, but it's going to be a lot of choices. And for Borussia Dortmund, the most important to me is playing here at home in front of those people here in the crowd. It is so important to play brave. I mean, Borussia Dortmund has some confidence. Bayern Munich lacks some confidence. You have to be careful, obviously, but if you have a chance to press up high, I would do that.
So, quick fire predictions for tomorrow. Stuart, you are saying?
I'm still going to go with Bayern to win the game by 2-1. They catch Dortmund on the counter-attack too many times and they're going to win the game.
Arne.
I don't like to agree with Stewart,
Never does.
but I have to. I also think that despite of everything, Bayern Munich is going to win.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. Borussia Dortmund are going to win this by 2-1, in my opinion. You can find out if that actually does happen by joining us at 12:30 Eastern Time tomorrow for 1 hour build-up of Borussia Dortmund against Bayern Munich. And included in that build-up, we'll have coach Edin Terzic of Borussia Dortmund with us. Join us.
Yeah, make sure to be with us. Ali and I'll be here in the studio as well. Let's continue with the theme of predictions then, because we've all given our own predictions for this game. All right, let's go. We've got Jules with us as well. So, Ali, you've gone for a little 2-1 for Bayern as well.
And for similar reasons as Stewart Robson gave there, that the moments in transition for Borussia Dortmund tend to be problematic, and Bayern Munich has better players than Eintracht Frankfurt. I think we can agree on that. Bayern Munich has better players in the attack than Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt was killing Borussia Dortmund last week on the wing. I think that'll continue to happen. Bayern, with all their problems, still go to Borussia Dortmund and win it 2-1.
Jules, you've gone for a Bayern 3-2 win.
Yeah, I agree with Stu and Ali on this one. I just think that their individual brilliance and that quality, they don't play well as a team. We saw that against Galatasaray. They found a way of winning because individually they are just so good, from Sané to Kane to Coman. Even without Kimmich in that team tomorrow, I still expect them to win. I think they will concede goals and Dortmund will score, and Dortmund are a good team. But I still think eventually that quality individually will prevail and Bayern will win.